Hey everybody, here we are again. Got to spit my gum out. It's like I'm back in class. Speaking of class, we got some classy crown crates. Man, these are some of the best I think they've ever been. They're a little weird though. I don't know if you checked these out yet. But that's what I'm going to be starting with today. Just going to get set up here properly, make sure I sound good, and then we'll be on our way. Help YouTube with answering this question. Which of these social media platforms have you heard of? I haven't heard of Meta, I'm sorry, and LinkedIn doesn't exist either. So there we go. My honest opinion. All right, welcome everybody. Let's see about the sound. That's bizarre. Okay. Yeah, it was weird. Some of like a couple of my sound settings got changed, but not the rest of them. So I don't know what's up with that, but I think we're good now. I don't know if you guys caught my video from yesterday, but I am thoroughly enjoying Western Solstice, even though everyone's telling me not to. Even though everyone's telling me it's the worst release ever. It's so lame. It's so small. There's nothing to do. Thank you, Almighty. Appreciate you. Yeah, eventually I'll get so professional that I'll be able to check all this stuff before I even go live. But at this point, it's kind of band-aids and duct tape. And don't forget the chewing gum. There's that too. Welcome. So, today I'm going to be continuing with the main zone quest. So anyone who doesn't want spoilers, just check the stream later. But the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to open 25 of the new crown crates. And we'll just see what happens. Whenever I open crates, I always kind of get nervous because not like I'm afraid I'm going to get bad drops, but it kind of feels like testing God to me. It kind of feels like, gambling. There's a reason that it's, forbidden. And this is kind of like gambling, but what I ended up doing was I came up with a prayer. That's the entirety of my description today for the stream. And I'm going to go ahead and say that prayer before I get started. I give all glory to God for whatever bounty I may receive. Thank you, Lord, for giving me the opportunity to seek you within the ineffable folds of random chance. If it is in your divine will, Lord, I ask that you show yourself by granting me supernatural fortune. May my example of faith shine onto others, and may all who seek you be showered by your gifts of grace. Praise be to your Son, the Word Jesus, who became flesh among us and died for our sins. Amen. So now I feel like I don't have any fear at all going into this. And it's never like I might not get the grand prize kind of thing. It's just like, am I fucking with you, God? Am I fucking with you? I can't tell if I'm fucking with you or not. So anyway, I feel better, and I really appreciate. It's funny. Last night, I had a couple different interactions that I really feel like the Lord put in my path and have really shown me that things are moving forward with the channel, that true success is just around the corner. So I want to give a shout out to Wolfgar, and I'm not exactly sure what your name is on YouTube, but Candy Crush from my guild, who prayed with me last night and might be my newest member. I'm not sure though. How names are different on different platforms, but it's funny these days. Like I can't really log in without somebody being like, "Hey, it's Spopes. I love your videos." I'm like, "Uh-oh." Like I remember when Asmongold tried to play this game once, and he just had like 50 people just all surrounding him. He couldn't even see his own character. And I'm not there yet, but I'm starting to get the feeling that my days of just casually playing ESO are kind of numbered. And that's a bittersweet feeling because it means I'm achieving the success that I've always wanted here, but also it means that I'll have to like make a new account entirely if I want to wander around incognito. I'll have to be like a, the king who puts on a hood so you can walk among the people. It's interesting. I've just gone through a lot of transformation with ego and with my perception of myself. If I hadn't done that at that exact time, this would have ruined me. I would have dropped the bag. I would have fumbled this so bad. But the Lord has everything in its due season. And so we will see if it is due season for me to pull another Radiant Apex. Let's dig in, guys. I thought the backdrop of this beautiful palace would be the best place to open them. So first I want to talk about these crates a little bit because they're weird. It's not enough to just get the Radiant Apex. Now, you have to get the Radiant Apex and the Polymorph. And that's one like kind of negative way of looking at it, but I think this is cool because I was just thinking, man, you know what's crazy is we get these Radiant Apexes, but it's basically impossible to make your character actually look that good. Right? Like, I try, but it's basically impossible to match your character with it. But now, they're literally coming out with matching polys and mounts. So, like here, the Alduin Living Armor Cinch, which is pretty badass, I gotta admit. It goes perfectly with the World Eater's Living Armor. It's a set. So now you won't just be this kind of random ugly tune struggling to put together dies that match. You can literally match it exactly with the polymorph. Like, I don't honestly know why they didn't think of this before. But what's weird about this is you can get this base one that, where is it? Where to go? Dude, wait. Oh, yeah, right here. So this is the Radiant Apex you get as the base. And it's cool enough on its own, but it's kind of like orange. It's like between the two colors. But then if you get that and one of these polys, then you can just turn those in, I think. Yeah, you still keep what you got. You still keep the first one you got. But you just turn it in. Or you can just not even turn it in, but just show them that you got it. And then you can just claim these ones for free. So say you get the Dragon Clash Living Armor Cinch, and then you also get the Times Herald Living Armor. Then you can just go get the Akatosh Living Armor Cinch for free. And I think you get to keep both mounts. So that's... I don't know what to think about this right off the bat. For me, the bundle here with the recall is totally worth it. This recall is crazy. You turn into magma and just kind of melts away. And then that's how you arrive. And I also noticed they've really upgraded the weapon styles here. Check this out. Like, this makes such a crazy loud sound when you unsheath it. Like, it's a little bit almost like too loud. Like, what? But that is so cool. I mean, these are really great. I don't think these ones make such a loud sound. Yeah, it's kind of a little psst. These other ones, I thought someone had, like, behind me while I was looking at these, gotten on their Radiant Apex. That's how loud this is. Whoa. Take it easy. But yeah, I also am really pretty happy with these. These are some of the best Apex mounts we've had in a really long time. This wolf, I really want it. Like, that is a cool wolf. I don't think it does anything when you pull it up. Yeah, it doesn't, but it's the iridescence of the scales, the shape of the face. Man, I really like it. All right, without any further ado, we're going to go ahead and get the bundle. And first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check out this recall. I'm just going to literally recall right to this way shrine right outside of here. That is pretty good. I'm not going to lie. I'm a big fan. It's kind of ridiculous, but okay. 1 second. I forgot something. I always forget to bring my trackpad over here. But I want to make the game volume a little bit louder. There we go. We got to hear everything that this shady little Khajiit has to say. Yeah, really, I mean, I give all glory to God for whatever I happen to pull here. And if I don't get anything good, that's just in God's divine grace too. I just commend my soul to the Lord, and we're going to see what happens.
This one welcomes you back.
Thank you.
Select your rewards, my friend. Make a selection to reveal your rewards.
Okay, gain the gauntlets right off the bat. That's good. I really like this armor style.
My compliments. Perseverance is a virtue, my friend. Choose a reward. Magnificent.
Okay, that's worth some gems at least.
Are you ready to reveal your reward?
Nice.
Heart of Mara, a bonus reward.
No. No way. Oh, it kind of got me. They make it look like it's a radiant, but it's not, but still. Hey, hey. All right. I was looking at it, it's like, that's not actually, that's not the way radiants look, but I was like, still thinking it might be, but they got us. They made that look like a radiant. But still, good drop, good drop.
Sees that you are ready to play. Excellent.
2?
Go round, my friend.
Okay, okay.
Choose a reward. A marvelous reward.
We're starting to fill out these armor sets.
Ooh. Wabacat, a bonus reward. Your rewards are ready. Select your rewards, my friend. Shall we trade?
All right, we're about halfway through.
Make a selection to reveal your rewards. Time for a repeat performance.
But same chance with each one. Every time. Like that picture, Michelangelo. God could just reach down with his finger and make it happen.
Akruti wishes he had such. Joe, that bonus
Not.
reward. First rate. Once more, my good friend. Are you ready? Superlative.
Okay. Cool skin, I guess. Not really sure what I'm going to put it on.
Select your rewards, my friend.
All right, 10 to go. 10 to go. It's in your hands, Lord.
Are you ready to reveal your rewards? This one invites you to try again. Choose a reward. Most
that girdle loves me, my Lord.
sweet Riddlethar, a bonus reward. What a sweet reward.
But why are they doing this debating with the with it looking like a radiant? 7 to go.
Make a selection to reveal your rewards. Your
Oh, dude! Oh no, that's the hatchling. I did want that mount though. With the red eyes, that Kaguti, it's pretty cool.
A favorable selection.
Okay, I think we got 5 to go.
So you got gems instead.
Couple reasonably good drops, but so far nothing mind-blowing. But each crate is a chance for the Lord to do something crazy, if he feels like it. Not testing you, God. Just seeing what the hell you feel like doing. 4.
Akruti's good luck must be rubbing off on you.
Another one of those. Okay. And another freaking girdle.
My compliments.
I've got pulled like 6 of those.
Appropriate.
Last 2.
Choose a reward.
Okay, last crate. Your will be done, Lord. Nope. Nope.
You have no crate remaining.
That's so
Purchase
true.
more if you wish to try again.
That's so true. I don't have any more.
Wishes he had such treasure.
You're
Goodbye,
right.
my friend.
Let's see what we can extract.
Fortune favor you, my friend. Akruti can see you are out of crates. You can always purchase more if you like.
I can always purchase more because I have a retardedly high credit limit, but I am a frugal person generally.
These precious gems can be traded for valuable rewards.
It says it's a rune stone, but then it just has like this like placeholder. What is that? That's so weird. I definitely want to look at that first before I extract it. Yeah, weird. They don't have any actual. It's either bugged or they just didn't do it. There's no. Don't you cough at me. There's no like image for what this is. That's kind of weird. Not bad. I think that's the last of the actual like. Might get to 400. We'll see. Pretty close. If I decide I don't want one of these things, then let's take a look at them first.
Farewell, my good friend.
Boring. That though. I might keep at least one of these.
Greetings, my good friend. No more crates, but you can always purchase more.
It wouldn't let me extract both at the same time. Oh, whoops. Oh, geez. I just realized I wasn't watching the chat at all. Dude, nice. I just realized I wasn't watching the chat. I just assumed nobody was chatting. Hey, Wolfgar. Yeah, you have to drop. Yeah, it's basically about true. You have to drop about 400 to get everything if you really want to. Thank you. Yeah, I got a couple lucky drops there. Yeah, that girdle does freaking love me. What the heck was up with that? Brandon says, first time I've ever been lucky with crates. Got the 25 pack. Had enough endeavors to get both polymorphs in the cinch. Nice. Never in all my ESO years have I ever bought one and done. Last time I had to sink 300 to get the one bear I wanted. Yeah, I've only pulled one Radiant Apex. In, over the course of probably 200 to 300 crates. I don't know how many. It is super rare. But I'll never forget that feeling. Of it just going, I'll be like, what? And I was in a group chat with some dudes in a guild I was in back then, and the guy was like, and I was just like, well, it just happened, right? He was like trying not to act jealous, but yeah. Yeah, that's about the metric. You really do have to spend about $400 to get. I mean, sometimes you can get lucky. Sometimes you can spend, like I already had a bunch of crowns, so I had like, I'm just gonna keep one of these. I only had to, I spent like, I got $25 worth of crowns this morning, and $25, 25 crates. That seems good to me. But I don't know how far I'm gonna go with this. Yeah, I'm a hoarder. Gotta have them all, dude. I totally respect that. I think so. First of all, I mean, server space does take up energy, but there's no landfill involved. There's no plastic island. I think that you know, NFTs are dumb, but finally everyone figured out NFTs are dumb. But investing in digital purchases, I think, is there is the fact that like everything you buy in here takes up like what, like a watt of server space, or however you determine it. But I really think that digital purchases are the way to go in the future. That we just don't need to be buying all this crap, and think about how much money you spend on crap every year, and then it's like, well, $400 in the crates really doesn't seem like that much. But yeah, that's what I got from 25 bucks, and plus the crowns I already had. But yeah, let me see here. So I did get a few reasonably good goodies out of that. Body markings, I sleep. I got some of the. I got this emote. There's no fire. Okay, whatever. It more looks like you're trying to hold down a rhinoceros or something. That's weird. But the polymorph, I did so. If I do want to get, if I do want to get the Alduin Sench, all I have to do is get the normal Sench, and then I have the polymorph ready. And I got the World Eater's Ruin Girdle about 25 times. Holy crap! It looks like I got most of the World Eater set. What is this? What is the Dragon Clash body marking? Oh. Oh, there's like tattoos mixed with this glowing stuff. That's pretty cool. I did get a skin. I did. Oh, yeah, this thing. Oh, wow. It just turns anybody into an Argonian. Minus the tail. That's interesting. Yeah, here's the poly. And I know just where I'm putting that. Okay, let me see. I got 400 gems. So I could get anything in that category. I should probably save them, but that's kind of what endeavors are for. Though I forget that too. I use my endeavors, and I'm like, damn, I set myself back like 3 months. But how many do I have now? I forget. Yeah, only 5K. But I'll just keep saving those. And, well, the crates are going to refresh in about 3 months, so I don't have enough time there. But I might come back here at some point. Let's see. So the next crown sale is going to be in August. And these crates will probably still be active then. Probably. So I may give this another shot, but me personally, I just kind of like doing this. I usually get about 25 with each one. I completely skipped the Carnival ones. I'm not as big of a whale as some guys, but I do like the cosmetics, and I do like the whole process of, basically gambling for gear. But again, I was trusting too much in my own luck, so I just gave it over completely to God this time, and had the same luck as usual, basically. But I felt better about it. That's for sure. All right. Yeah, so I need basically 4 times what I have if I want to get that in endeavors. So the best way is probably just going to be to keep opening crates and keep opening crates until I either get the cinch or just have enough. Just usually what happens is just having enough, having enough gems to buy it. So I used to think that like people were like way luckier than me, and I realized basically a lot of people haven't even over the course of 500, like 1,000 crates, they haven't gotten a single radiant, and they just managed to get enough gems, and that made me feel a bit better about it. And also, like, this is not my absolute favorite radiant of all time. I like what they're doing here, but And this would be cool to have, but you know, I'm not, as the British say, I'm not too chuffed. That's a pretty it's a pretty understated rear up as well. That Kynareth's uh, whatever quasi griff is crazy. It's like a freaking nuclear explosion. So we'll see. I'll probably hang on to both my gems and my endeavors for now, and just be stoked. I got about 200 more gems out of that. So let's see. What am I looking at? Dude, I had an objective. I know I had an objective. What was I looking at? Oh, I did want to see how much of each of these sets I've gotten. So I'm missing the helm here. This is probably what I'll end up spending some gems on. This is a really cool set. It's just, I like it a lot. So I'm probably going to end up getting that. But I got almost all the time bound. It's so funny. I got the girdle like 7 times, but I'm still missing that and that. So if I want to get that all together, that's, I believe, 72 gems. I probably will get that. Oh, definitely. Yeah, the furniture vault is a huge benefit to the game. Pie-eyed. I'm actually going to do a video today. I've been finding that scheduling videos come out in the morning is better. So in most cases, you see a video come out in the morning. I did it the night before. I'm not going to get up at 6 a.m. to do the video, don't worry. But I'm going to do one, sneak peek, guys. The one coming out tomorrow morning is going to be the top 5 quality of life additions. I'm going to cover some ground I've already covered in some of these other listicle videos I've done recently, but I realized I hadn't covered, maybe I could just see it right here. Maybe I have something in my inventory. I think I cleared my inventory, though. Come here. Come here, kitty. Yeah, I sold everything already, but when you have something and it isn't in your sticker book yet, there's now this amazing little icon that shows up next to it that tells you so. And then also we have... Oh, cool. Pretty Little Head finished the story. I've only on the second quest. But then also we have the stackable master writs. There's quite a few QOL additions I'm be covering in a video that I'm going to produce today and release tomorrow morning. But okay, I don't really want anything like this guy's just perfect the way he is, man. I got this mount from the good crates last year, and I just put these little buoyant armature wings on the guy. What do you think? What do you think, South Crux? You like it? You like it? oh, oh. I want to say I like your drip. I really wish I could say that. But man, you gotta try harder. Little bro. Come on, cuh. I'm such an elitist when it comes to drip. Like I don't care about your parse. I don't care, you know, what loot you've gotten from trials, but bruh, that drip better be good, or else you lose my respect. Wait, is that you? Oh jeez, now I feel like such a dick. You never know who you're talking to. You never know who you're talking to. I should remember that. You guys got to remember I'm new to this, and I am a recovering toxic, and I'm kind of a dick. Oh, a reminder to always be nicer. But I've just put in a ton of work into my drip. So I'm allowed to be a bit of an elitist, but eventually I'll grow up. And I'll stop being rude. But Almighty, I'm sorry. That really is you. I'm sorry, I'm such a dick. Well, I'm stop laughing. I really am sorry. Let me give you some actual advice instead of just being a dick. So let me see. What you probably want to get. What you probably want to get is what It's this one. So you go down. It's not here. Achievements. My favorite green dye is this one, Darkstorm Emerald. That one is so good. And that would bring out the green there for sure. This one's kind of hard because you got to do both the reach savior and I think you unlock this one just at the end of the Greymore main quest. You don't have to do the whole savior thing, but you just complete the main quest in Skyrim, and then you access that thing, the bridge between kingdoms or whatever it's called, and that's the last kind of difficult ask to get that die. And then on top of that, let me see. If you're trying to match that mount specifically, oh, you got the new skin. That works well. That works well. I do love the blue, the glowing blue. But yeah, that it's a very bright, shiny green. And then also probably the buoyant armature style, like I got on my shoulders here. I already opened them. I just didn't really get anything good, little head. I'm just right in front of the palace here. I mean, I got a couple good drops, but nothing too crazy. But thank you for reminding me, Almighty, to not be a dick. I need those reminders. Cool. Thanks, Slime. Yeah, I already opened, and I didn't get any radiance, but I got a few apexes. Got about 200 gems out of it. You know, for 25 bucks of new spend, I'm pretty happy with my results. And we'll just keep going. We'll just keep going. But I am about. I'll come back here in a minute, but I'm about to switch over to my Necro, and I don't remember where he is, but I'll bring him over here because my Necro is who I want to put that. Is who I want to put that on. But yeah, you know, really, I'm gonna start focusing more on style, and my goal is to help everybody. You know, as the young bloods say, as the rappers say, you know, get like me, right? And I've just spent an inordinate amount of time just sitting in front of the style parlor and the outfit station and just going ham. Oh yeah, okay. So it's to match the brown on that Welwa too. So there's another one. I'm just gonna go to the outfit station really quick because I forget what it's called, but I think it's maybe Motif Master Brown or something. I forget what it's called. But by the way, I really like the new crafting station over here.
The worm called attack the palace.
It is very efficient. Everything is like really nicely laid out.
It was a close call.
Yeah, well, the rest of the Apex mounts are. There's another one. There's a fourth one, but it's up in the featured section. Little head. Okay, so what I recommend for that brown is, where is it? Yeah, I was right. Motif Master Brown, and I can't remember how you get that. The rare style master achievement. I think it's just like learning like a certain number of style pages. But it's a rich, lustrous brown to borrow Wolfgar's adjective from his comment this morning. Wolfgar. I mean, lustrous. My brain is not working. Lustrous. It's a very shiny-ish brown. Doesn't really look that way on here, but on metal surfaces it usually looks pretty shiny. Let me try a different one. But anyway, I think that would match the Wella pretty well there. But yeah, you know, maybe eventually, everyone's always doing consultations and stuff, right? Like they're always doing like, you know, here's my services. I might actually do like a pretty low cost consultation service for people to figure out their drip in ESO. Yeah, I did. That made me think when you said lustrous in the comment. Like, I mean, nobody uses big words like that. I love it. But anyone who hasn't read the manga of Land of the Lustrous. It's really good. It's bizarre as hell, but it's a great series. I do not recommend the anime at all. I just really hope that someday people just stop doing CGI anime altogether. It's just so distressing. And by the way, I don't. When was the last time I even watched an anime? I did watch the new season of Mushoku Tensei. Sorry, it's like the story. I do. It's an isekai. It's literally an isekai harem anime. But once you get past that point, it's actually really good. But I'm not. I used to be a lot more into anime than I am. But basically, Attack on Titan stopped coming out, and then I just like lost interest. I was on the Reddit. I was following every single leak. I was reading the leaks when they were all like 100 pixel wide and everything. Shingeki no Kyojin is just that's not manga. That's not anime. That's pure literature. And I really like anything that has to do with hidden or lost history, because it's not. There's always that urge to just be like, oh, I know everything and nobody else does. I'm special, and I think I've gotten past that, but I'm still very convinced that, well, we do know that history is written by the victors, and I think that there are massive inconsistencies that are mainly displayed in architectural anomalies. Inexplicable buildings that could not have been built in the time frame that they were. Enormous edifices like the World's Fairs that were apparently temporary and torn down 2 years after they were made. I mean, the major evidence against is like all of these records from the building and all the photographs, but I mean, that could all be altered. And then there's also the vanilla sky phenomenon where all the skies are whited out, but in places they're not. You see flying machines like Zeppelins everywhere in the mid 1800s. So I really like any kind of story that has to do with hidden or obscured history, because this is something that I'm going to really. This is kind of just like the booster engine to get me fame. I mean, I love this game, and I've spent years and years and years playing it with absolutely no reward. And so it's about time that it pays off, first of all. But once I've really gotten this channel going, I'm going to start another one called Tartaria Tours. And I'm going to start by going to this area near me called, it's called the China Wall in Loop, Washington. And this is the one where like I like to talk things over with Grok. AI is still pretty dumb, but Grok is the smartest one. I'm gonna get back to the game here in a second. I just have an aside. And this is the one where I was actually able to convince Grok. He was like, "Bruh, that doesn't make any sense." I was like, "Yeah, right." A lot of these other things like, but they say it was a mill, and they say it was built like in the spare time of the mill workers. But it's that kind of masonry where all the rocks fit together perfectly. And there's like this plaque out there saying it was built by the Chinese master masons who came to work on the railroad. So these are railroad workers with absolutely no time on their hands to do this. So the point is, history is sus. That's another reason I've really liked One Piece recently. It's a very silly shonen manga in lots of ways, but for whatever reason, the author Eiichiro Oda, he has been getting really into this whole gap in history thing. And he's placed it exactly when all these theorists say that the gap actually most likely happened 800 years ago. That's when they started replacing the ones in dates with J's. And that's supposed to indicate a time when apparently the Jesuits rewrote history. And then in combination with the Freemasons, who have been running this in the last couple hundred years, there's been a concerted effort to control all the different museums, all the different historical societies, and have them put out this narrative that is, I mean, again, history is written by the victors. And we've recently had a lot of historical revision, the whole 1619 project and everything. Like, it's not like illegal to revise history. But what really blows my mind is how much effort. Hey, thanks, Swiftcar. Hey, thanks, man. Hidden word of the day, lustrous. Yeah. Yeah, and so like going to what you're saying, Pretty Little Head, like we've been looking through the 1619 project about how history was revised for the purpose of slavery and white supremacy. So if that is in any way remotely true, then what else might be revised? And so I really encourage you guys to go back and look at all of these buildings, at just the general way of life that was enjoyed, and then try to figure out all the pieces. There was this one guy, Anatoly Fomenko, in Russia, who wrote it was like 8,000 pages or something of material. He was a mathematician by trade, and then he applied mathematical insight to history and ended up coming with all these crazy ideas. So the point is, lots of people have thought all sorts of crazy things, and what's really crazy is just believing history as it is. Even Michael Jackson, before he died, history is a big lie. History's a lie. Don't believe history. So Michael Jackson said it. It must be true. But then you wonder, why did they go after him so hard? Right? There's a lot of stuff like that. I don't even want to get into Chester Bennington and all of that. Still breaks my heart, man. I'll just say, look up the connection between Chester Bennington and John Podesta, and then look up John Podesta's brother's art collection. And that's really all you need to start piecing it together. Okay. Anyway, back to reality, or fake reality here. I'm going to switch over my Necro, and I'll bring him right back here to where I'm hanging. Because I want to put that poly on my Necro. Because he's already an edgelord. And this is the most edgelord poly they've ever had. Poly wants a cracker, man. Okay, I'm over here. I haven't even gone in here yet. Okay. I just really don't understand. I hope you guys watched my... And thanks again, Wolfgar, for supporting me and contributing to the channel. You're awesome, man. Really appreciate you. But I really... If you saw my video that came out this morning, you already know my opinion on Solstice. And my confusion as to the negativity. Are you talking about the dyes that I was mentioning? Almighty, what's clean? The polymorph? Yeah, I mean, I love the polymorph. Man, I love this guy's look already. The mounts are understated, but they match really well. That's the thing, is I looked... And guys, I used to,
The Stark Fellowship is here to help.
Sorry, I'm gonna sing a little bit. Dabbling all the way down, up to my neck, soon to drown. I did. I pried open my third eye. I dabbled. I am actually a, what do we call it, a tier 3 Reiki practitioner. I used to have crystals everywhere. So that's the way the seeking often starts. But then just what is his name, Young Hoo Kim, world record IQ holder, he said, I am the smartest person in the world, and I believe Jesus Christ is Lord. So I used to consult the I Ching all the time. I used to do divination, but I have put that all behind me. But back when I did do that, you don't have to believe me, but I could manipulate the crate drops. I learned how to manipulate probability. And let me tell you, that is what the richest, most powerful people in the world do. That is how they get their power. They are dark sorcerers who manipulate probability, who change luck so that it operates in their favor. And the point is, if you read Revelation, we know what's going to happen to all the sorcerers, and I've decided which side I want to be on. Hey, Mechanized. Foul fishing in Solstice? Yeah, so I heard you talking in guild chat about that yesterday. So you're talking about this area down here, right? There's this fishing camp, around here, right? Or maybe it's over here. But in any case, there's like apparently some really amazing fishing going on here. But yeah, let's check out the poly on this guy. You changed it all for me, lifted me up, turned me round. So I, I. I'm gonna have to listen to 10,000 Days after this. Okay. Yeah. All right. All right. I love it. I love it. That is a cool poly. Whoa. Yeah, Shadow, I mean, you can call him Illuminati or whatever, but I mean, I don't know how. I'll just ask you guys to pray for me because I do have a generational curse on my head. Uh, I I come from a long line of people who have been at the highest echelons of these secret societies. I'm not trying to. It's basically there's no worse fate. What happens is part of like, for instance, being initiated into the higher levels of the Freemasons, the secret societies that exist within it, is you gain temporal power in this life. First of all, by selling your soul, but not only your soul, you sell the souls of your progeny. You put curses on the heads of your children, especially male children, and these often last like 7 generations or longer. Uh, it's really bizarre, but I have someone in my ancestry who was the leader of the Royal Order of Jesters, and I think that's all I'm really gonna say. In Shadow, no comment, no comment. And I've had to learn about what that is. And if you guys want to do some research, look up the Royal Order of Jesters, the Billiken. Mirth is king. Yeah, it sounds an awful lot like "Do as thou wilt," doesn't it? So yeah, just pray for me, guys. These people not only believe in, but know about and manipulate the spiritual realm. And even like 33rd degree Masons usually have no idea about this. You have to be inducted into the Shriners, first of all, and then from there into the Royal Order of Jesters or some of these other subsidiary organizations that are invite only. And that's when you start to realize what's actually going on. But yeah, I'm sorry, not to be too dark here. But yeah, so we're talking about this spot. This is where the fishing spot is. Yeah, I don't fish personally, but I have heard that is a dope fishing spot. But anyway, I do like this polymorph. I just don't want to get into too much detail here, but I've learned some things about my great grandfather that have been extremely disturbing the last few years. The last thing I will say is my great aunt recently revealed to me that not only would his friends and the jesters just come randomly pick him up at any time, he had to go with them no matter what. And they just go off to Thailand in private jets, and you can imagine what they did in Thailand, right? But they would apparently, at their meetings, they would summon the Billiken, and he'd just appear in the corner of the room sitting there. And she thought this is also funny. I'm like, what? They were literally summoning demons? That's not cool. Don't summon demons. What are you doing? But so that, I mean, I was already on on a path to faith and giving my soul over to Christ. But that just really cemented it for me. I'm just like, nope, nope, no more dabbling all the way down up to my neck soon to drown. No way. No way. Who put these demons here? Not my demon, not my problem. Drinking out of Billikens, being a bitch. The Billiken is like this little crouched little evil boy with like the Mad Magazine look on his face, and he's called the God of Things as They Should Be. I'm like, dude, the God of Things as I really hope they never will be. Bruh. No, there's only one God. And okay, I'm going to stop with this now, but I do really appreciate all the support I've gotten, especially in my faith in the community recently. Oh, that guy makes a cool sound when he prods them out. Yeah. I love it when the polymorphs have special little sounds they make. Yeah. All right, so what pieces do I still need for the rest of the edgelord armor? Because I'm gonna have to get this for my dude here. So I got the shoulders, but not the helm. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead. But wait. But wait. I do have 400 crowns. Yeah, why not? Do one more. We'll do one more. We'll just see.
Fortune favor you, my friend.
Does it? I renounce the Freemasons. I accept Jesus as my Lord and Savior. Let's go! Nope!
Ooh, James.
But see, you don't test God. God tests you, and he just gives you whatever he feels like. And that's the way life is. Wolfgar, wait, no. Wait. Why do you say wait, no? Because I got a bad drop. Yeah, I did. I just wanted to use up the last of my crowns, so I've been saving them this whole time. Sort of effectively.
This one welcomes you back. There are many spectacular rewards that a crate could contain. You can view this excellent selection by previewing a crate.
Alright, I did get a few more gems out of that, so I don't feel so bad about buying the rest of these armor pieces. I am consoled by the fact that I don't really... These are not my favorite rating apexes ever, so I'll just keep saving. I'm gonna get the helm. And then the last... so far, got so many of those girdles. I have no idea. Chance is so funny. The Lord has a great sense of humor. Alright, we got that full set now. Nice. I still have, what, like how many gems? 350? Cool.
Farewell, my good friend.
I consider that a good foray into the crown crates. I have at times spent much, much more on these. But these days I'm living a more frugal lifestyle.
The Stark Fellowship is here to help, but most of the city treats us like invaders.
I think I just will forever, you know. That's what I realized. Like, so I hang out with my grandparents when I was a kid. I'd be like, you guys are so rich. Why do you, eat like deli lunch meat and eat off paper plates and stuff? Why don't you have servants and stuff? And then like, now I get it. Now I get it. So I am kind of disappointed by the... Wait, where is it? It's not showing up with the new icon in here. Guys, I'll just go through them, I guess. Forget what it was called. Is it not here? Is it up in the heavy stuff instead? Wait, I'm confused. Okay, let me see what it's called. I forget what it's called. World Eater's Ruin. Okay, this is here. I guess it's just down at the bottom of the list. Or maybe it's when you're in the outfit station, it doesn't show up as new. Oh, yeah, there it is. You can't tell because my hair is up in this one, but what really bothers me about this is it still clips. It still clips. Like, let me show you. Yeah, I guess I'll just use up the rest of my cash I have on me showing you this. So, poly off, first of all. And see, look at that. It clips so bad. It clips so freaking bad. I'm like, dude, are you kidding me? Like, so we're just gonna go back to the chitinous, even though that's pretty cool, because I don't want that clipping. Chitinous is not really my preferred option here, but that's the way it is. But there are others I'm gonna put on here for sure. I just need some more cash. Probably take a little more than that. There we go. The hands and the feet, definitely. I think I'm going to keep the shoulders the way they are. I don't know. The shoulders are pretty cool, too. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to switch over to these new shoulders, too. I am. Those are great. Dude, Jangle Plume, you're in the way. And then also the new hands. This is great. I really love these. So good. Exactly what I was looking. And now my girdle, the girdle that would not leave me alone. I think I'll probably keep the pants the way they are. Yeah, those aren't really any better. They're actually kind of worse. So, okay. But the feet, though. Dude, yeah, that's great. Love it. Keeping the Thorvakun. Bro. My edgelord is even edgier now. Excellent. Excellent. You know what else I kind of want? I just realized. No. Wrong thing.
Follow you.
Where were these? I think they're in the 100 section, maybe. I'm hoping. Were they down here? Oh, they're only 40. Yeah, I'm gonna have to snag these eyes too. That girdle is my biggest simp for today. Yeah, totally, dude. that girdle that girdle likes me a little bit too much. Where did it even go? I don't know. I'll just find it the normal way. Because I like the spider kith, but the fact that it doesn't have any, pupils is kind of weird. Come on now, where is it? All the way, dude. I have way too many of these. I don't even know what it's called. Is it called World Eater too? Yeah, there it is. There we go. Really? They don't glow? Dude, they look... Really? No. Either that's bugged or I just got had. They looked like they glowed in the preview, but yeah. Yeah, I think I just got robbed. Damn. I thought he just closed his eyes, but no, it's like this very barely discernible glow. Lame. Back to Spider Kith, but maybe I'll find something that looks good on at some point.
The Sturk Fellowship is here to help, but most of the city treats us like invaders.
How would you react if an army suddenly appeared in your city?
If they were there to help us against the worm cult.
It could have gone better, but I'm happy. I'm happy with the results here. And I may, once crowns go on sale in a couple months, if these are still around, I may get some more. I might do like 100 crate opening stream in that case, like I've done before. But today, just 25, just kind of dipping my toes into the crates, seeing what we got. And I also got that costume. That's right. Dude, I have way too many of these favorited. It sucks you can only have 100 favorites. Open up some space there. That is a pretty cool costume. Gotta think of who I want to put that on. I don't know. But it's going in the favorites. Stoked to have it. I didn't slot the poly. But I do want a cracker. It's tall. It takes that Breton and makes him into a basketball player. Damn. Yeah, I'm dwarfing Zareth Var now. I didn't realize it's one of those tall polymorphs. Well, most of them are. The only one I can think of that isn't actually tall is this one. He's a shorty.
You will need to try harder than that. To scare a necromancer.
Dude, I love Zareth Var so much. Just when I thought I couldn't love Zareth Var anymore, they actually coded a specific line in there for when you change into a shade. Or I guess any kind of scary poly, probably. But he says stuff when you kill mud crabs. He has some of the best reactions of any. Dude, that's so funny though. I guess maybe it's any scary polymorph, but wow. Okay, but yeah, just one more time. Now that I do have this polymorph, I could grind through the crates until I get this fella, and then I could upgrade it to this. How do you get the arms folded stance? ST asks. Yes, it is a personality. It came out last year. You got the first two pieces during Jesters, and then the third one came out during Jubilee. So it's another one of those time-gated ones that may come back, may not. But yeah, where is it? It's the Molag. It's not called Molag Baldo. It's called Master of Schemes, right? No, the Stag actually mechanized. The Stag came out. This is like one of those crown store things for like 3,000 crowns or whatever. Like, it might actually still be in the shop. It was just about a week ago. No, it's gone now, I think. Yeah, everything's just been... Oh, got a new ESO Plus statue. There we go. But yeah, they've replaced everything in the featured section with stuff from the crates pretty much. The sag's gone. But it's called, what's it called? It's called, it's called something. Oh, dude, they changed this. They stopped saying Servines and stuff. They. Oh, what? Oh, dude, that's going in the video today. That's going in the video today. No, it's not from crates. It was just in the Crown Store. This is going in the quality of life features. New name categories for mounts. I don't know. Was this one even in the? Was this even in the patch notes at all? But that's so much better than having to like know the Latin frickin' name of the like family. Like, why did they ever do that in the first place? But yeah, it's the Master of Scheme's personality. And wow, it's confusing at first, but anyway, yeah, it's under deer, and it's a great dark stag. That's the name of the mount. I do love it too. It doesn't have to be crazy shiny to get me interested. It just has to be cool. And it's the Doom Wolf that I've got Zerethvar on. They both got red eyes that go together real well. Let's see, are there any other goodies I haven't gone through yet? Got a new crown. I might find use for that somewhere at some point. Maybe. Got this pet. Huh. That's alright. I mean, I like the other dragons that are, you know, like glowing or whatever. It's pretty cool, though. Actually, I like that a lot. Not for this character, but it's a pretty cool pet. Okay. No, I guess I'll look at this because I do like the actual mount. Oh, that's huge. Bro, wait, what? Okay, yeah, step aside, Doomwolf pup. Because this one's got red eyes too, and it is a chunkin'. It said hatchling, so I thought small. Yeah, the Beauty and Brawn crate coming in September, so we should have another sale before that point. Yeah, look at that! Look at that big old Kagooty down there. That's a pretty big pet. I like the way he roars. It goes with the aesthetics. Heck yeah. Okay, I'm taking the polymorph off. I forgot to slot it again. There we go. Yes, it's about time for me to do a video on those leaks. Thank you for reminding me, Shadow. Yeah, unmechanized. Here comes my wallet. Here goes my wallet. Yeah, dude. I mean, this is an expensive game, but like, there's a reason that we keep buying them because the aesthetics in this game are just top tier. I really think the best aesthetics in any game in history. But yeah, let me see. Okay, so it's coming September. Beauty and Brawn. I wonder if we actually have the leaks out yet. What? Okay. Yeah, of course, ST. I'll speak for Shadow and say it is our pleasure. Okay, Beauty and Brawn crown crates. Yeah, it looks like we don't have the leaks yet. Probably, I don't know when the data mine will be available. ESO model viewer may have, yeah, textures for another crate seasons be available later in the year have also been found in the game data. Its current internal name is Beauty and Brawn, Beauty and the Beast. But I don't think we have any of the items. We don't have any of the imagery out yet. Yeah, no. No, ESO model viewer, I don't know who's behind that site, but man, those people are amazing. I love them. They always have that. Dude, wait, really? I love it when I look something up on Google and then like one of my own videos shows up. I don't even know why this one's showing up here, but the one of my opened 100 Ragebound crates from a few months ago, that's what shows up for some reason when you scroll down. At least for me, when I look up the Beauty and Brawn crown crates on Google. I hardly ever use Google anymore. Just for image stuff, because Grok doesn't do images yet. But I mean, just in general, looking things up with Grok is so much better because it actually just explains it to you. You don't have to go hunting through forums, looking at conflicting results, trying to figure out which site is actually the best. I love Grok. Grok is great. Okay. It doesn't make me an Elon Musk crony. I don't think we should go to Mars. I just, the great thing about the products that Elon Musk creates is that he's not actually creating most of them. Tesla was stolen. Grok, he has basically nothing to do with. He's just like a dragon. He's like Smog. In that he knows everything that's in his hoard. Like, as a CEO, he knows everything about his products, but all of them are stolen. Except maybe SpaceX. I think that one actually kind of did from the ground up. But not a big fan of Elon. But I do like some of his products. Okay. Yes, the game is dandy mechanized. That is 100% true. I'm going to log out of the Necro, get back on my... Well, I can't even call him an Arcanist anymore. I don't even know what he is. He's an abomination. I'll get back on this guy, and we're going to go ahead and get into the main storyline again here. I think that's basically all the crate stuff. I'll go through my notifications, see if there's anything else I missed, because I did miss that I got that pet, and I love that pet. You know what I realized? I did this totally on accident. Sharp as Night was the one I didn't have yet. But I realized, bro, I'm a high elf with an Argonian in the high elf and Argonian zone. Like, whoa, what? Totally on accident. Oh, good job. GG to Retro Gold. I think that's still the base one, but no, that's the Akatosh one. I'm just, I don't feel too much, like when I didn't get the Kynareth Quasigriff, and when I didn't get the Void Mother Welwa, I felt some real regret, but I'm not like huge into these mounts. Oh, he got that one too. There's a dude who's dropped 400. There's a dude who's at least dropped 400. Ayo. Alright. I'm ready for add-ons too. Get off me, loser. Come on, don't stand directly on top of me. That is ungentlemanly. Thank you. I'm gonna report that guy. I'm kidding. Okay, let me go through the notifications, make there's nothing else I missed. Body tattoo, whatever. The helm, yep. The girdle. Definitely got the girdle. Definitely got the girdle. I'm not gonna doubt that at all. Golden shock. Nah. No. And I got the other girdle too. Okay. Oh, nice. You got the... Okay, I'll put on my poly too then. GG on the poly. Okay. Oops. These are really good polymorphs. I'll admit that. This guy is toxic as hell, though. I'm sorry if you're watching the stream, but I'm not gonna take that back. You need to chill. It's like this guy reminds me, dude, chill. You're a toxic ass. Oh my god. I forgot what I was even gonna say. Oh, did you get some crates? Oh yeah, right. There was this guy like I don't remember, like it was something I posted on X and someone responded, and this guy said something like, you know, you must be struggling. He was like, struggling? I just bought a Nintendo Switch 2 on launch day because I could afford to. Weird flex. I just didn't even respond. I just didn't respond. I was just like, okay. 11:11 on the clock. Are you saying this guy's luck? I don't know. Once you have literally everything from the crates like that, I don't think that's luck. Maybe this guy is literally the most lucky person ever. It's possible. Okay, time to switch gears. I am going to go pee. I don't know what it is. Like, I don't have like a problem, but you get off me. I am actually I'm gonna report this guy. That's just too much. I really don't usually do this, but toxicity? Not that. Harassment. Yeah. Yeah. The teabagging was too far. I mean, I'm happy that you got some good stuff, buddy, but I really very rarely report, but that's just too much. Okay. I mean, I would hazard a guess and say that you know, basically everyone has like $400. Like, you can get a freaking credit card, right? It's just not. It's just not cool. My buddy is watching you and I hear you. Okay, well, all the more reason to report your toxic ass for being weird. I mean, I'm streaming. Like I assume that people can hear me, but you were just getting on top of me and teabagging me. So just back off, weirdo. I'm gonna go pee. I'll be right back. Somehow I just kind of forgot how absurdly toxic people can get about crown crates. Oh yeah, right. The Argonian and High Elf combo, right? That's awesome. I just forget. Like it just seems like why would you be toxic about that, right? Like it's just fun, cool stuff in the game. Like why would you then like go flex all your amounts and then teabag somebody? I just I don't understand people's behavior in this game sometimes. But yeah, just a piece of general advice: if you value your account, which anyone who has just dropped a few $100s on crown crates, probably you do value your account. Don't go harass people. It's just a really dumb and easy way to lose your account. So, anyway, I'm moving on though. I'm getting out of the poly, and I'm going to. Oh no, I'm gonna switch back to that one. I love the shade poly. Oh, I don't have that one. Let me see what else I got though. I love this one. This came out recently. But this is the ultimate edgelord poly. I love this one. And the sad thing about it is people just wanting attention, right? People just want attention, but they don't know how to. It's like probably the same people who like got bad attention growing up. I think you need a sociology major to answer why people are bad. That's so true. But you know, even without, I majored in consciousness studies at the Evergreen State College, so it's maybe not exactly my area of expertise, but I try to figure it out. I try to figure it out, and I really just try to That's a nice one. I just try to help people when I can. Just like give some general advice, like if you value your account enough to pour hundreds of dollars into it, like don't harass and teabag people. That's just it's just but it's the same kind of self-destructive behavior that toxicity arises from originally. It's all just self-destructive. So I guess I shouldn't be surprised. I love polymorphs. But I am going to go ahead and continue with the main quest. That was going to be the second part of the stream today, no matter what. Where are we? Oh, cool. Writhing Wall. Yeah, mainly it's just a flex, Wifgar says. Yeah, but why do people flex? Like, why do people flex? Like it's not really even a real flex, because it's like trying to just like say other people are really poor. It's like you can spend as I think basically everyone except like maybe a actual like 18-year-old with like no credit history, you can go get a credit card with $1,000 limit on it. It doesn't mean you can even afford it. It doesn't mean that you are rich. It doesn't mean that you're successful. It actually probably means the opposite. It means that you're reckless, you waste money. So it ends up being the opposite of a flex. It ends up making you look like a moron who wastes money. If you were just having fun and enjoying the game, you would just put on your stuff and just run around. You wouldn't literally go on top of other people, harass them, and teabag them. It ends up counteracting, right? Like most flexes do. The only flexes that work are the most understated. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. It's like if you're just flexing for your own enjoyment, that's totally one thing, right? if you're just like I mean, just like I like showing off the stuff that I have. It's fun, but I'm not trying to impress anyone. I just like looking good. Like this is the way I am in real life too. Like I don't go around like wearing drippy jewelry and like looking down my nose at people. I just am who I am. I'm not going to hide that. Dude, yes. The opposite is giving people consumables to level. Easy to do and spreads positivity. Witch Mother's Party Punch, cheap and easy. There's somebody here on PSNA who runs around Oridon just giving out bewitched sugar skulls. That's literally how I learned what a good food that is, and now that's literally it's literally all I use. So I love people like that. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I went to the Evergreen State College mainly because I was in Washington State and it was the cheapest state college, and basically the one I could get into because I spent most of my teenage years doing profoundly non-academic things. So when it came time to uh, go to college a year late because I didn't really feel like it, I was like, yeah, let's go to Evergreen. But it was, I mean, that's where God really came into my life, and I was really the process of transformation began. I've recently been realizing that I've gone through the whole, or I'm in the third section now of Dante's Divine Comedy. And so honestly, going to Evergreen was my descent into hell. But as you know, if you've read the Divine Comedy, you can only move on to purgatory going through hell, or at least in Dante's allegory, right? And then you go rise the mountain of purgatory up into heaven. And that's where I feel like I finally ended here, but that was the descent into hell. That was the beginning of my overall spiritual journey. I learned a lot during that phase of my life. It was going and facing a much wider culture. It was during the very beginning of the transgender movement, and there were some very aggressive people, really espousing that ideology, and so I have a very nuanced view on that. I can see both sides because of that, and I really did. It was a great. The thing about Evergreen is it gets this reputation, right? But it's actually an incredibly effective educational institution if you are self-directed, if you have the urge to learn, if you're hungry for knowledge. It's probably easier to learn at Evergreen than any other college in the country because of their unique didactic method, where they do have classes, but they're usually taught by teams of 2 or 3 teachers in a much larger class size, and they last usually all year or at least a couple of quarters. And then by the time you're in your second or third year, they usually direct you to do independent study. Like you don't have to, but you can very easily just find a professor to sort of sponsor you. It's almost like a PhD thing where you have a sponsor, and then you're able to pursue your own direction in things. I never actually did that. I just did courses all the way through, but my wife did when, she was my girlfriend and we were both going there. And that was really helpful for her because she was also teaching kind of like wayward high school kids math as part of AmeriCorps. So while she was doing AmeriCorps, it really made sense to do the self-directed study. I considered doing that with a teacher there, an anthropology professor who I really liked called Rita Pugliales. But yeah, my first course at Evergreen, I already had my associates through doing Running Start. So I only went there for 2.5 years really. But my first course was with 3 different teachers. Rita Pugliales, who was a long, kind of respected in her own niche of Mexican American anthropology, and then Joe something. I want to say Joe Pipora, but that's the dude who works on Diablo. Joe something, I forget his name. But he was just like a local artist and sculptor and philosopher. But there was also Daniel Chen, who had been tenured at Harvard but left because it was too lame. he left Harvard to go teach at Evergreen, so he kind of had this sort of snooty, like he didn't put up with no nonsense. I remember one time he was like, "Sam, I don't think you're very interested in this class. Perhaps you should leave." I was like, "No, no, Daniel, I'll do better." Uh, but it was really interesting. They really try to put different teachers together. If my kids do go to college, which probably by the point that is, college is already losing its relevancy so much, but if they do, they'll probably go there. But really, okay, so coming up this Saturday, if you guys aren't members, please do join. I'm going to have a new members only video covering all the reasons I think AI is going to replace literally all non-creative careers in about 20 years max. 10 years, short estimate, but within 20 to 25 years, all non-creative jobs will be replaced with AI, automation, robotics, etc. So in that kind of environment, where even lawyers, surgeons, accountants, all these, usually sort of lucrative careers, those are all going to be replaced. I mean, what's the point in sending your kid to college when they can learn how to be creative just bootstrapping it on YouTube or something, right? Like, the world is changing very rapidly, and I'm going to do a whole video, probably walking down the train tracks again, for members only, covering really, that was a big impetus for starting this channel, for moving into a creative sphere in general, because even some creative jobs, like content writing, that's what I was doing. That's a creative job that's going away too. So only certain types of creative jobs are going to be around. Flying Dutchman. I've worked in automation and manufacturing for 10 plus years. Yeah, so you probably know more about what I'm talking about than anybody else. Yeah, all I know is what I've heard about Evergreen from Mechanized. Yeah, so Evergreen, I went there before it got on the map with Brett Weinstein and the people coming and, blockading his office or trying to kill him basically for. But when I was going to Evergreen, they were having the day of absence, not the day of presence, which was when white people weren't allowed on campus. And that's what Brett Weinstein was protesting. But I knew they were gearing up for that. The day of absence was when people of color were encouraged not to come to school. So everyone would be like, "Oh, you're absent." But then in 2017, I graduated in 2012. So this is after my time. But in 2017, the day of presence thing had gotten really, and I would have done the same thing as Brett Weinstein. I would have, because that's discrimination. That's the thing. That was what I got in the arguments with the more virulent of the transgender community. There is, they were saying, well, respect my identity. It's like, well, what if my identity is to disrespect your identity? You're not respecting my identity. Can't you see how this is recursive logic? And like, no, you just have to do what I say. I'm like, well, and let me just say, like, I for people who are my friends who identify, I'll be happy to use your pronouns. But there are things about the overall movement that have disquieted me for 15 years now. The monetary incentives, the control of speech. I totally understand gender dysphoria. I'm not trying to take a hardline stance there. But again, I am someone who was literally boots on the ground when this was really evolving into a mainstream phenomenon in one of the schools where it was and is still very, very advanced along, as far as I understand. I've been back to Evergreen for years, but I actually felt in danger at many points due to my positions. And I know that was not the intention. And that was the main thing I kept trying to say is like, well, if you want me to respect your right to speech and identity, you need to respect mine as well. But it wasn't a two-way street. And I'm not speaking for, the majority of the community, but there were some people who were generally very mentally ill who then adopted this as sort of a cloak, so to speak. And it just got. I'll say it was very interesting. It was the most interesting experience of my life. No AI does nurse assisting. Well, pretty little ahead. Soon an Optimus robot will. Optimus is already coming out. They are available for in-home purchase now. They're only $60,000. There are competing brands that are already giving you the robots from the Jetsons. And within 5 to 10 years, they will be a lot cheaper. They will be more reliable. You're going to duel that guy? Thank you for protecting my honor. And then, really, so even nursing. Oh no, I gotta see this. Come on. Come on. Yes! Yes! Yeah! South Crux for the win. Boom! Well, the thing is, they're gonna have nanites soon that do all this, that do the self repair. So they're gonna have nanoswarms that repair the robots within 5 to 10 years. Oh, she heard me yell. My baby heard me yell, and she got excited. So it's just gonna be a little while before the technology. But the thing is, it's accelerating. It's accelerating. The more that AI advances, the more that it's able to solve problems at a faster rate. And so AI is fueling robotics, and then that's going to be recursive. So I was not, I thought maybe 30, 40 years out, but then I did some more research and just kind of, thought about it some more. And I realized that actually we are in for an AI and robotics revolution much sooner. And so then how do we have an economy even? Well, basically I guess I'm kind of spoiling my member video, but basically the only roles that will be of economic significance are types of creativity that AI cannot produce. So AI cannot really understand the nuance of idioms. It can't actually create, and I don't think it ever will be. And that has to do with my religious beliefs. I think that the spark of God exists within human beings, and that's why we are creative. And without that, you never can be. Without, no matter what kind of homunculus we make, no matter what kind of artificial bodies we make, none of them will be imbued with God's divine creative spark. And so, what this will end up doing is, I think AI will make us double down on our creativity and also help people find God, like ironically enough. So I think it's very, very exciting. Well, pretty little head. I mean, older dimension Alzheimer's residents are going to go for that. Granny doesn't talk to toasters. Granny will talk to a toaster when it looks and sounds exactly like you. So another thing that's coming into play, maybe not quite in that 20-year time frame, but in 30 to 40 years, is holography. In about 50 to 60 years, we're all going to have Cortana. We're going to have holograms that just appear and talk to us and solve our problems. And there will be holography applied to robots that will make them look exactly like humans. And eventually we'll get into tactile holography, which means it will feel like a human being. So this is crazy. I mean, this is crazy. Warhammer, like the actual like game. Flying Dutchman wants to know if I like the models or like the video game. Anyway, I'm gonna start going on I'm gonna start doing the quest here now. So thanks for hanging out, South Crux. I forget your name in the actual chat. Almighty. You can follow me around if you want. I'm just gonna do the quest. I don't know where it is. I have to get out of here first. We'll all end up as psychers? Yeah, see, my friends got into Warhammer when I was a kid, but I never did. I never did. I think I was still too into Pokemon. Hey, Wolfgar, thanks for coming by, bro. Thank you for the super chat. thanks for hitting me up last night. And again, sorry I was rude. But again, I did mention like some really good family friends, neighbors have been going through some really difficult times recently. Kind of put my life in perspective, kind of shook me up, which is silly because they're the ones going through it all. But Wolfgar said hi to me last night. I was like, "Who are you?" I just like you on YouTube. Like, I'm so sorry. I was just kind of shaken up. Doesn't usually happen. So the Psychers have a biological human powering a ship with magic, but instead of magically Neuralink, well, Arthur C. Clarke, any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. So consciousness-based technology is coming. Every indication of these ancient Vimanas or UFOs, if you want to call them, is that they were run by consciousness technology. They even apparently have consciousness-based interface for the TR-3Bs, which is, it's not exactly confirmed, but there have been so many sightings of the TR-3B or the Flying Triangle or the Black Manta, whatever you want to call it. This is a clandestine, not officially admitted flying technology that basically all world militaries have, especially the United States, Great Britain, Japan has some too, Australia, that use anti-gravity technology, and thus the secrecy, because they'll want to know where we got the technology from and why we can't all have anti-gravity flying triangles, which is, that's my one material goal in life. Some people want Lambos, some people want the house. I just want a TR-3B, dude. I just want a TR-3B. I just want to be able to travel at supersonic speed with no dude, Wolfgar, you're spoiling me. Thank you, man. Thank you for all the contributions today. You're awesome. It's not quite enough to buy a TR-3B yet, but we'll get there. Actually, I'm on PS5 Pro as well. Yeah, it's PS5 Pro. But yeah, I saw one of these when I was a kid. It was just there for a second. I was just on the porch of my grandma's house. I looked up, and there was this freaking triangle with this red light and three other lights around it. I turned to say, "Hey, Grandma, look at this," and I turned back and it was gone. Right, but so I've seen a couple UFOs in my life. I saw a silver orb once as well, sucking up chemtrails. I'm not gonna lie, it was in the center of like a chemtrail cloud, or this the new contrails, right? They're totally not sus, and there was just this silver orb sitting there, and it was like I could see it pulling the white cloud into itself. And it was another thing where I was like, "Hey, my wife, hey honey, look at this," and then I turned back and it was gone, but the hole in the cloud was still there. So I've had enough personal experience to see this, just to believe that there's something going on here, and the TR-3B is just so widespread at this point. You just really can't deny that it exists, but then you have to wonder how it can do that, how it can do the stuff it does. Hairpin turns at extremely high speeds, how it just floats there, how it hovers. No explanations. So this is actually this is an Arcanist originally. I know it's hard to tell with subclassing now, but I'm gonna probably do a build video for this one, but it's so off meta and random that I don't know. Like I'll think about it. I do have a pure Sork build from a while ago. I have the build video for it. It hasn't changed since then. It's from a couple months ago now, the build video. But yeah. Sorry, I should mention spoilers are incoming. If you have not done the main story quest, so Mechanized, I will miss you, but we're gonna go ahead and push on here with the story. But this is just, dude, totally random. I don't even know what I'm doing here. Turn your stream down a bit. Gameplay is super laggy. So is anyone else having lag issues? Because my megabytes per second are pretty high, but I personally don't have any lag issues when I'm monitoring it, and I don't think anyone else does either. So I I would say that's probably your connection, and I don't want to sacrifice quality just for the sake of slow connections. But if this is a widespread issue, like if other people are having issues with lag, let me know. I will turn it down, but my goal is to make it as high quality as possible. All right, so we're going to continue with the main quest here for, you know, another 30 minutes or so, but then I'm going to start wrapping up. Hello.
Not much of a pass, is it? If I'm not
Yeah, I
mistaken,
don't care
never
about
used
you.
one. I hope Bonus will.
Sorry, I do not like that character. I just feel like it's a character for all the lonely men to simp over.
Clearly the worm cult is here, and having some trouble with the local wildlife.
Gabrielle loves me in real life. Okay, honey.
Flesh ahead. See that post above the red flowers? It would be a good place to use a grapple bow.
It would. You're right. Good thing I have a grapple bow now. I was exploring and came across here the other day, and there was a... There was nothing. What's true? That there's lag? Is that what you're saying? Because if so, I will go into the settings. Wait, where do I go now? Over there. Right after this, and take down the megabytes per second to like 30 or so. Oh, Gabrielle. So, Dutchman, sorry to like call you out, but are you experiencing any lag with the stream? Just trying to get an idea here. Oh, she really does love you in real life.
Looks
Right.
like a promising spot. Be ready.
Because if this is a widespread issue, I definitely do want to resolve it.
Never a dull moment.
Okay. The quality went down. Really? Like you had to take it out of 1080p? Is that what you're saying? Because again, my goal is just to make it as high quality as possible, but not at the expense of like being able to actually see what I'm doing and enjoy it. It's a long ass grapple bow. Wait, is that where this came from? What's that guy doing up there? No, I came from down there. That's where I need to go. Okay. Had to put it back to 1080p. Okay. Yeah, I just was seeing how high I could have the quality. Wait. I was supposed to talk to... Wait, what the hell? Where's Vanis Galarian now? I'm confused. Is he this way? I don't know. We're gonna find out. I may have actually do I have to go back? Oh man, I'm so confused now. Where is Vanis Galarian? Okay, I think I have to go back. This is kind of a maze. Oh yeah, I just powered past this without talking to him. Oops. There he is.
Good.
But it's sounding like I might be a little bit too high in the quality anyway, so I will go ahead and go into the OBS settings here and dial it down a little bit.
The writhing wall isn't.
Bother. I see what Vaughn has meant by permanent.
Bother.
The thickness of the wall fluctuates.
If only a
We
big
need to
man
find
could
another
help
point.
me.
More cliffs. Look for grappling points to traverse these ruins.
There we go. I am having lag issues just in general whenever I get on cellular out here because there's a lot of people moving into this area and they're all on their cell phones all the time. I gotta talk to him again. Okay, good. Good. Bro. Come on, do it. Oh, it's just the Arcanist beam. It's just got a skill style on it. That's what the blue beam is. Forget what the skill style is called. I think I have to relog. Yeah, it's just... Not only is this quest tedious, but it's also buggy. My favorite. I love when they do that 1-2 combo with the quests here. You know, we're gonna make the quest tedious, and also we're gonna make it bug. Yes. There he is.
Curse the luck. I sense that the writhing wall fluctuates at random, but I assumed we'd have more time. Then points appear and disappear without warning. How far has the Wormco's reverse plane mill progressed on your side of the wall? Daedra. That's worrisome, but not unexpected. If you aren't surrounded by lakes of azure plasm or looking up at floating islands of rock, then things haven't gone too far yet. We still have a little time to stop the worm cult.
Yeah, why are they doing that?
Not sure yet, but an army of necromancers and Daedra is massing in eastern solstice. Clever of Warmblood, really. If he gathered his forces anywhere in Tamriel, we would have noticed. But a cursed island in the writhing wall blinded us. Unlikely. Warmblood controls a terrible source of power on my side. Something that consumes souls. The worm cult soul reapers feed this thing. In turn, it empowers the writhing wall. Great effort. But to what?
Cut off again. We must find another place where we can speak with Vanus.
Not to like rip on Gabrielle too much, but I also feel like her devotion to Vanus is like really contrived. Like it doesn't seem like it's really genuine. It just seems like they just wanted to put some romance in the story. Yeah? Oh, okay, there we go. I kind of like that they brought grapple stuff back, but... okay. Now... oh, there it is. But notice how I'm still just tearing through mobs like paper, and like I have 2 glowing ball sets on. Like, you can just do anything in this game at this point and be powerful.
Look, up the steps. Another weak point.
Am I gonna have to relog every time? No, I think we just gotta wait. Yeah, she's doing her little thing. There he
Hurry,
is.
friend. Listen closely. Wormwood seeks a relic called the Gift of Death. My source tells me it's hidden in a place called Voska's Shrine.
Okay.
You must not acquire it.
Yeah.
It's part of a Tibahatse court, sacred to Sithis. My ally here
Sithis.
tells me it's in the hills southwest of
Sithis.
Sunport. The Solstice Argonians used to play a ritual game there. A bloody one.
Sithis is a naughty boy.
As for why the worm cult brought Manamarco here, now that explains much. Wormblood must believe this gift of death can resurrect his old master. It's up to you then. Stop Wormblood from obtaining the relic. If he... Damn it. Here come my captors.
Oh no. Do I have
Lost
to?
Vanus.
Yeah.
I hope Vanus is all right.
Yeah, I
don't
know you
think
do.
so.
You're obsessed with him.
Good luck at Voska Shrine. I'll make sure Princess
I'm just gonna be mean to you
because
because I feel like it.
Don't be so quick to make light of someone's grief. At best, it's callous. More often, it's cruel. Yet, sometimes hard words have their place.
Just anytime I have an option, I'm gonna be mean to you. Okay, now I gotta go somewhere else. What is going on here? Can I really just drop down? Is that what you want me to do? I wish. Sometimes I wish it was a single player game. You could just save and then reload. There's no way that's what I'm being asked to do. Just wait. What? Oh. Okay. Okay. Now that made sense. Nice boat. Okay. And the shrine is all the way down there, so we're gonna go ahead and port over. Yeah, I don't really want this one on this guy anymore. I'll put it on the Necromancer, but that is a cool recall. Definitely. Okay, it's over here. Just gonna finish up this quest and then be done for the day. Really appreciate y'all coming.
5 o'clock.
Here's Roz.
Raz poked around several old Argonian ruins before returning to Sunport empty-handed. He never thought to visit an ancient ball court until Gabrielle showed up and sent him here. With great urgency, one might add. Imagine his surprise. If you consider High Necromancer Wormblood to be unusual, then yes.
Can you guys see
He
that?
arrived just before you, and he brought
I can think of
friends.
some games I'd like to
They
play with
entered
you,
the old ball
Roz.
court just ahead.
Dude, what the fuck?
Raz wondered if they came to play a game, but no one invited him to join in.
Why is Roz the only character you can romance?
But it would be so rude to show up without an invitation.
What the
Fighter.
fuck?
Think of all the worm cultists we would have to apologize to with our blade. What exactly is Wormblood?
But why can't you do that with Gabrielle? Like,
If Wormblood
okay.
Vanus must have a knowledgeable source indeed. This one heard Wormblood tell his minions to seek the ball court's ritual altar to the north.
Yeah, it's
Time for
so
Firefall and the
weird.
Queen's Eye to save the day, yes?
Dude. Sometimes in this game, like the devs always pimping blue sky and everything. I'm like, okay.
Look at this seating here. The carvings. Raz had no idea Tibahatse was so important.
Hey, hey. Oh, here's the boss.
Wormblood Fellowship. This is our chance.
To me, faithful of the Black Worm, destroy these interlopers. Fight! Kill them already!
That's not happening.
Even failures can serve me in death.
Okay.
I have a better use for these wretched servants. Enough.
This one senses danger. Quick, Five Claw. Hide
Dude, what?
behind the pillar.
Oh shit, too late. Okay, oh dude, it was barely anything. I didn't need to hide at all.
You are a more worthy opponent than I expected.
Thank you. Bought all this gear following this new Venom build, only to realize I can't have two of the same skill lines for the same class. Yeah, I mean, unless you're that class to begin with, then you can have two skill lines and then just subclass one.
I reclaim my power from these.
Yeah, but you can't then take one from, you know, I will say, I did mention that. I did mention that in my guide to getting ready for subclassing. Naughty, naughty! You didn't watch the video.
You begin to bore
My
us,
hold
Wormkisser.
is quiet. You mangy cat.
But there we go. There's a use case in how valuable my channel is.
Take the relic, Five Claw, and let us be on our way.
Don't make this mistake.
There's
Watch
not
Spopes
like
on
the feel
YouTube.
of this place.
But there's so much. There's so many details that are so hard to remember.
Dark moons. He's coming back to life.
Oh no, he's a necromancer. That was totally unexpected.
Spopes cannot die. Destroy the cone. Bring down the shrine.
Oh,
Rush will
okay.
pin Wormblood to the floor. Go, Five Claw. Get the gift of death back to Sunport. Raz will be fine.
You will? Okay. Kind of doubt it, but maybe. Just leaving you in a collapsing cavern. No, yeah, you have to keep Shadow. You have to keep one from your actual class. Then, if you're able to do that, then I would be upset about losing class identity too. I would. Then there wouldn't be any class identity anymore at all. But yeah, you have to keep one from your class, and then you can take only one from each other class. There are some things that I think are going to need some smoothing here, like the way that the system is explained, and then I was just sitting there at that Batra woman, Batra hunting, just like what? Like I don't even get it yet well enough to do a video explaining it. Like the way the whole subclassing system works, I just kind of like kept pressing buttons till it worked, basically. I think they could smooth out the whole system to make it easier to understand.
Gabriel
Oh, you're slightly less sweaty this time.
Galarian. Dire tidings indeed. Was he right about the sacred Tiba Hatse court? Was Wormblood there? Did you find the gift of death? Excellent news, I think. We still don't know exactly why the worm cult needs the gift of death to restore Manamarco, if that is indeed their intention.
But yeah, it's
But
kind of
at least
obvious.
The worm cult doesn't have it.
Molag Bal has his
What
soul.
happened
They need
with
this thing to
Wormblood?
get it back. You already hate subclassing for allowing to change skill lines from other classes. Yeah, I mean, I admit it's a little bit weird. I personally like it.
Resurrection?
But it's
What kind
weird.
of power is he able to call upon?
Definitely weird.
Only legendary necromancers or a few fated heroes can do that. If Wormblood can't die, how did you and Razumdar defeat him?
It's like the ultimate from that Living Death Necro skill line. You just revive everyone at once.
You did well to keep the gift
Oh,
of death from
that's where you get the tiara from.
Yet, You found a way to speak with Vaunus Galarian. Knowledge is a mighty weapon in this war of secrets. Now we know what awaits us behind the writhing wall.
Thank you, LeVar Burton. I'm looking forward to the next episode of Reading Rainbow. Thank you.
The Fellowship faces difficult decisions.
More than a fallen
Let us talk,
building to send
comrade.
this one to the sands behind
That's
the
kind of cool.
stars.
It's not Jordy's visor, though. I'm not going to be happy till we get Jordy's visor in the game. No, I'm kidding. Someone brought up changing the skill color to match the main class to keep identity. That's an interesting idea. Or they could at least come out with a set of skill styles for each class, like even in the Crown Store, that would allow you to change. I don't know how that would work exactly, but I like the idea. Yeah, and so there are some issues with class identity for sure. Like Shadow brings up, a Templar raising the undead. Yeah. It's a little... But they had to do it. They had to do something. This was like the main way they could think of to revolutionize the game.
While you were searching Volska Shrine, Gabrielle told me of your communication with Vaunus Galarian. Soul Reapers feeding.
I'm just gonna get the next thing going here, and then
the situation on Solstice is worse than I thought. But I might have an idea.
Do you?
Thanks to you, we now have something Wormblood wants: the gift of death. As long as we hold it, his
Shadow, I'm just gonna do a Templar with Necro on it now, just to bother you.
Expanding the writhing wall, whatever he needs it for. That gives us a degree of influence. Wormblood needs the gift, and we have it. We can use that.
Oh, we do? Oh, yeah, right. I just got that. That's right.
This provides us one advantage. An advantage I believe we must seize with all due haste. Will you help me turn the gift of death against the Worm Cult?
Yeah, I don't feel like it. Okay, yes, I'll help you.
We have the relic Wormblood seeks.
One of these.
What do we do with it?
He has Mana Marco's body. We cannot allow Wormblood to bring him back.
We have something else, too. Raz snatched this key from Wormblood during our struggle.
A key. Let me see that. Aha!
Aku, master of darkness, foolish samurai warrior. Man, I want Aku in the game.
Why am I not surprised Raz went through Wormblood's pockets? I recognize the crest on this key. I noticed it on a crypt by a ruined estate.
It is the crest of Aku.
I passed by the place when I first arrived on Solstice.
Okay.
Not at the time. It's a rather impressive mausoleum.
Every time I see you, I get angry, so I do the angry ones.
I hope it doesn't come to that. Here, take the key and scout out Coralania Crypt. It might be Wormblood's lair, or it might not. But I still want to know what he was doing there. I'll see what I can learn about the gift of death. Coralania Crypt lies south of Sunport.
Oh, nice.
Take
okay.
someone along to help you. Scordo should.
Oh, that's not the manor,
And
I
be
don't
careful,
think.
friend.
Or maybe it is.
The
That
ancient
manor is
Coralanians
cool.
were necromancers too. The worm cult might not be the only danger in that tomb.
Hey, B. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Let me just finish out this talk here.
Necromancers are always.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Possibly.
Okay, so
I'll meet you at the crypt, pal.
the 25 pack
Whatever it is.
of the Carnival crates was on sale until today. Yeah. Got to get back to the past, Samurai Jack. The new season, like season 5 or whatever, season 4 they came out with last couple years was so amazing. But anyway, back to this. Yes, so before they were switched out with the Akatosh and Alduin, they had the 25 pack on sale from like 8,000 to 6,400, I think. I think they didn't do well with the Carnival crates, and they just were trying to get people to buy them. They went too far with just everything with those crates. I didn't buy a single one. So they were trying to bait me into buying some of them before it was out. Well, B, I would not necessarily do that because I don't know if they're going to do it again. I think the Carnival crates were uniquely unsuccessful, and so they put them on sale right at the end in a mad dash to try to not sell inventory. You know, that's not real inventory, but just try to get some more out of that Crown Crate season than they did. But I'm assuming the Akatosh and Alduin crates are going to do a lot better. So in that case, I wouldn't wait. Good question though. But yeah, Samurai Jack, Jindy Tartakovsky. I never liked the CGI Clone Wars, but man, the miniseries he did between Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith, so good. I mean, that's probably the best Star Wars content ever made. I'm serious. Like, I mean, the prequels were good, but just Jenny Tartakovsky, he started off with Powerpuff Girls, but he wasn't really credited. But you look at it, and it's obviously his designs. But then he did Dexter's Lab. All they would give him was a beat-up old trailer in the blacktop parking lot outside of Cartoon Network Studios. No air conditioning, downtown LA. He wrote all and drew all of the first season, storyboarding of Dexter's Lab in that frickin' trailer, like sweating half to death. Like, dude is hardcore. He just really wanted to get Dexter's Lab out there. My favorite animator. Except maybe, well, I don't know who actually did all the animation for Adventure Time. It was just some like Korean studio, right? But I'm guessing Pendleton Ward did the storyboarding, but I don't know. Like, he hasn't done anything since. Well, Jenny Tartakovsky is in like Primal. Dude, Primal is amazing. I loved Primal. I haven't watched his Super Unicorn Universe Rainbow Squad thing, but like I know like every single thing he does. But he's a great animator. I love Gendy, whatever how you pronounce it. Okay. That's it, guys. Thank you for the awesome stream. Just gonna say goodbye, say a little prayer. So thank you, Lord, for the drops I got in the crates today, and for anyone else getting crown crates today, I ask that you bless their pulls, they get whatever they're looking for, and just for everyone in the game, I hope that you are able to enjoy it, that you're able to avoid toxic behavior, that you get enjoyment and love out of the game. And Lord, I thank you so much for making this game, for inspiring the creators to keep developing it and not giving up on it, making it better and better every year. I also pray that everyone experiences Solstice with brand new eyes and really gets to enjoy the beauty of it. Lord, in your mercy, hear our prayer. That's the prayer from the Anglican tradition, and I'm Anglican. Anglicanism is, I mean, I'm biased, but it's dope because it goes all the way back to the 2nd century. It's one of the oldest churches. Some people think it's the oldest church. It's kind of hard to tell. Yeah, Adventure Time, the art at Adventure Time is so good. So good. Yeah, thanks Shadow, thanks Dutchman, thanks B. Everybody else who came through, especially to Wolfgar. Thank you for the super chats, Wolfgar. You're awesome. Chase Collins, Almighty, I'm sorry for being rude about your drip, but just hang on the channel and we'll all get there, right? Mechanized, Pretty Little Head. I appreciate all you guys. Thank you so much for being part of the stream today. I will be back tomorrow for another stream. I'm going to be streaming 3 days this week. I'm just going to continue with the main story quest tomorrow, probably maybe showcase more of what I'm doing with subclassing. We will see. But for this launch week, I wanted to stream all 3 days of the week that it came out. And then tomorrow morning, keep an eye out for a video on quality of life features. And then tomorrow, I'm going to be shooting a video for which add-ons to get first on console. But it's not going to come. I'm going to schedule it to come out on Monday morning when the patch actually deploys. But that is coming. Oh, man. That is coming. Add-ons are going to... It's going to take a while to wrap your head around that one. So I will be streaming on Monday as well. to show off the add-ons, to see how well it's. I kind of expect this to be a cluster. I really do. It's gonna be. Think about it. It's gonna be ZOS working not only with PlayStation but also Microsoft and all of these independent developers, many of whom have already said, "Man, I don't know how I'm gonna make this work for controller." And so probably a lot of the add-ons we're most anticipating will not even be available on launch day. But just keep that all in mind. I think it's going to just be hilarious to watch it unfold, honestly. But maybe, I mean, looking at how they did with Solstice here, it just launched seamlessly a couple hours early. So you never know. You never know. It might just be perfect. We will see. But all right, guys, again, God bless you. Thank you so much for being here. I hope your day is blessed, and I will see you again tomorrow with a stream and a new video dropping in the morning. I just have to say thank you again. I'm just so grateful to be here, to have this channel. You guys are awesome. Okay.